Hello everyone, Philip Scroggin here with Progressive Technology. I'm the Business Development Manager for Progressive Technology, and we are an IT consulting services and managed services organization. We help small businesses ultimately reach their operations goals by using technology in an innovative way to help them reach those goals. Innovative, responsive, progressive, that's how we do things. So with that being said, what are we talking about today? Well, once again, for about the umpteenth time, we're talking about cybersecurity, but we want to do it in a little bit of a different way today. So this is not a video about, oh yeah, there's all this bad stuff out there, so you need to buy this widget or buy this new service or buy this new product. That's part of cybersecurity for any kind of small business. But with Progressive Technology, we believe it's a holistic approach to cybersecurity involving people, products, and processes. So what we're really going to hone in here on today is more the people, the process related, but more so people, and specifically user best practices. So we're going to be doing a YouTube series throughout the month of February. This being our quote-unquote best practices month. They'll all be short videos, less than 10 minutes. Hopefully the goal is to have them be more the 5 to 7 minute range. This is the intro video, but we'll follow up with 4 other short videos, posting them all on this YouTube page. So the easiest way to keep track of those is to follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll also be blasting them out on Facebook at Progressive Tech Online, and also on our Twitter page at PTI Tweets. Our social links are below, so feel free to follow us on those social media channels. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to follow along as we go through these videos. And please also leave your feedback and questions you may have, because what we'd like to do at the conclusion of this video series is finish it off with a Q&A video to where we respond to some of your more specific questions. So with that being said, got my little stick drawing. This is how we're going to do it. We got our small business network, right? So we got our little office in the dark blue rectangle. We got our server in there. We got people working on their smartphones, people working on their desktops. And of course, we'll have people outside of the actual office working on their computer from home, or they might be a field sales employee. They might just be checking email on the phone. We're all working, right? Inside the office, outside the office, trying to be productive employees, making it work. So we do know that cyber threats are out there, of course. We know that cyber threats are out there, like ransomware. We heard that about 1 million times, right? We know it's out there. We also know stuff like key logging is out there, and if you didn't already know what key logging is, I'll explain that later, probably in a later video. We also know stuff like brute force attacks are out there, which is you would know as hacking. We know social engineering is out there, but we don't really actively worry about it on a daily basis, because if you're working with like a Progressive Technology and IT services provider, you're kind of under the impression that we have like this invisible force field around you that protects you from all these different threats. So if you're working with like a Progressive Technology, well then you have stuff like let me write this in pink. You have stuff like network management, right? And I apologize in advance for my handwriting. Not quite as easy writing on a digital board as it is writing on a piece of paper, although my handwriting in any case isn't the best. But you get the idea. If we're working with a firewall and you're paying someone to manage that firewall, you have firewall policies, you get network management, right? So we got that taken care of us. Don't need to worry about all these different threats. We also pay for monitoring, right? So if someone's checking my computer, they're making sure my computer's up to date. Doing patch management, we're good on there too, right? Also, if I'm worried about viruses, well, I don't have to worry about viruses, because there's a good chance your business has antivirus, that thing that sits on your computer and is supposed to block all the bad stuff from attacking you, right? Don't have to worry about a virus if you have antivirus. And then finally, all our data is taken care of, right? Because, our IT services provider does backup management, MGNT, backup management. So we're protected with this invisible force field. We don't need to worry about cyber threats that much because we've got these services that we pay for. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but unfortunately, once again, people, processes, products, there's many ways in which we as small business users, with our daily activities and habits, can blow holes into this quote-unquote force field that can really make our customers, our employers, our peers exposed to some nasty stuff out there. So that's what we'll be covering in this YouTube series, is what are some of the main ways at a high level that we expose ourselves with some of our practices now, and how can we institute best practices to eliminate or heavily mitigate some of those risks. Well, that being said, one of the first ways you can blow a hole in this force field, make your business more vulnerable, password practices, right? That'll be the very next video we do, by the way. Password compromise, okay? So password compromise, or if you know how to use proper English, you're going to put an S there, put compromise with an S. Password compromise. So it could be the way you share passwords. It could be the way your password is constructed, how strong it is. It could be crossing business with pleasure, so to speak, where you're using personal accounts and the same passwords for those business accounts. We're going to do an entire video on this, but password compromise, easy way. If I got keys to the house, it don't matter what this invisible force field fort does. I've got the keys to the house. I'm good to go as a bad guy, right? Other way you can really mess up your day in your network, this force field, so to speak, is eviting in bad guys. Eviting is my own little term I just came up with. I don't know, maybe someone else has coined it and I owe someone some royalties, but evitation, right? We have stuff like spam filter out there. Like I said, all the other stuff you see, network management, antivirus. No amount of that stuff is going to be able to block all the different malicious spoof emails that you'll get in your account. And I'm sure some of you have gotten several of these into your account. There's just too many ways to get around them. And once again, you can have the fort locked down as much as you want to, but if you invite them into the house by unlocking the door with that, opening that email and actioning what they ask you to do, you're eviting them into your business. Therefore, all the products and all the widgets were bypassed. Something the user did by not following best practices opened up a world of hurting on them. Another reason we need to keep an eye out and best practices is when we're out and about working, we have mobile vulnerability. Mobile vulnerability, okay? So, it could be the kind of devices you're using when you're working outside of your home network. It could be using a personal device, could be using a phone. It could be the kind of networks you're on, right? Guest networks, guest Wi-Fi. It's when you're building all these different tunnels to access company systems and data outside of the fort, you're making all these tunnels, but you're also making potentially unprotected tunnels that bad guys could also use to attack company devices, systems, customer information, etc. And then finally, what we'll be talking about, we're working fast. We're trying to make it convenient for us to work fast, and therefore we have something I like to call mass access of data. Max access of data. Here's the problem. The more placed the data and systems are, the more copies of them, the more ways to access them, the more ways they could be attacked or compromised. It's unfortunate, but as we work fast, we're trying to be convenient. We're also making it more convenient for the bad guys who are attacking it. So we have to find a way to address that part of the equation too. So with that being said, how do we go about instituting these best practices so we don't, let these guys get in through password issues, mobile vulnerabilities, evites, mass access? That's what these videos are going to cover in this cybersecurity best practices series. Please tune in. Like I said, follow us at PTI Tweets, at our Facebook page, subscribe below. We're going to be posting them throughout the month. They should all be short videos, and we're hoping to share these best practices with y'all so y'all can be a little bit more secure and safer when you're working. So with that being said, for now, this is Philip Scroggin with Progressive Technology signing off. Thank you. Have a great day, and we'll see you here next time.